Hello, Orville Nation. We are back for part 2 of there was a master I don't know problem with YouTube, and it looks like everything's working again. So let's continue. We had just introduced Kelly, and
hello.
I had just asked Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, I just asked Kelly about.
Yeah,
I just asked. Sorry. Go ahead, Ellie.
We can't hear you. Your mic keeps going out.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
I hear you.
Yeah? Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks. So I think I was, before we got cut off, I think I was just asked Kelly, and I think he was giving, you guys were talking about it. I was asking him about similarities between, or parallels between him and Worf.
Mm-hmm. Like I was saying, by definition, people are going to draw some similarities. They're going to notice some. There's going to be a few things that are going to be very different. I mean, will my voice be like this? Or will it be like this when I talk? Because you never know. But, I mean, it's going to be fun. And so, yeah, by definition, being chief of security, there's always going to be, some parallels drawn. But my character in no way looks the part of Worf or anything like that. So,
can you imagine someone saying, "Captain, I gotta go down with you. I gotta protect you, Captain. What's up, Captain? He's got a phaser." People would never.
My character is pain sensitive, so a hangnail will have me on the floor. And no, I'm kidding. Oh. But no, it's going to be fun. It's just going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to working with the cast and get this thing going.
Ellie, did you have any other question for our chief of security?
I don't know if everybody heard it, but I was mostly curious about your guys' prosthetics and just how difficult it is to maybe come up with a truly original alien species based off of everything that's out in the sci-fi universe now.
That's kind of the problem with it, is that it's really hard to come up with something original without going super elaborate with the prosthetics. So the basic thing that you have to rely on is, creating your character, creating the world where your character came from, create a backstory for that character. But it's really hard to come up with something unique without going way out on the prosthetics. So as far as I know, and I'm not sure yet, but as far as I know, as far as the main cast, I might be the only one that will have prosthetics.
Okay. Eric, nobody else is going to have like all these prosthetics?
Well, here's the thing. When Kelly and I talked about it, I told Kelly, I said, well, Kelly, how would you feel about doing prosthetics? We do something light where you're recognizable, but we want to do something like Alien, because I wanted to have at least one alien within the crew, among some other stuff we're going to be adding. We got a couple surprises coming. I don't want to give away anything, but there's going to be every time I think about it, because it's a treatment I wrote for an upcoming episode, and it's funny as hell. I can't talk about it, but there are going to be some other alien species. There are going to be some other alien species. That's all I'm going to say. You guys are going to kick out of it too. I can't wait. Like some of the cast knows, and they can't say nothing because they signed their NDA with me. But trust me when I say, listen. Just thinking about it. When you guys see one of the aliens that we came up with, you guys are gonna be like, "Oh my God, y'all lost your minds." So yeah, we got some other aliens coming. Not necessarily crew, but it could be. So MEW, NWE. I'm sorry, NWE. I'm thinking wrestling. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Trey.
Hey, just to let everyone know, in case I know PJ kind of lightly said it, but just to let everyone know, we had a problem with YouTube earlier, and YouTube, I guess, just went on a fritz, and we're back. So if you're catching the first part of it, catch the first part, but make sure you tune in. Thank you to everyone who's showing up and showing love to PJ and to Orville Nation, to Ellie, and everything else. We want to thank everyone who's showing up and showing the love and support for Orville Nation. we are introducing the full cast of the main cast of A Planetary Step, an Orville fan series. So we just wanted to let everyone know. So in case people are jumping on, because I see a couple comments like, "What happened? What? Who's this? I don't know. What? Why is he wearing a hat? What? What?" And all this. He's taking off his glasses. He doesn't have a so, this is the reason why. Again, Orville Planetary Step, Orville fan series. Basically, it's all about having fun. It's all about showing our love to the Orville, and takes place within the Orville universe. Just for everyone to know, quick side note, because Ellie brought up a good point. Ellie asked, does it take place 100 years later and all that? No. Orville Planetary Step, the fan series, takes place within season 2, right after the Kaylon attack. The events that happened in season 2 when the Kaylon attacked Earth basically set up the story for the spinoff for our series. So you'll get a little more backstory as you watch the series to get an idea of what happened and how the story came to be. We're a separate crew from the Orville, so we're not on the Orville. We're all in the Union together, but this is a whole different story with a whole different crew on a whole different style missions. So this will give you guys a little insight. And you're meeting tonight. So there you go.
And what he was saying before, guys, like there are so many layers to this, and they're just gonna keep peeling it back, and it's gonna be so cool. Like, I'm so excited.
Oh, we got some stuff for you guys.
Who do we have next to bring on, Eric?
Mondo. I had to say Mondo. Jolojala, Mondo.
Joloja Mondo. Let me just say real quick, guys. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put. Eventually, I'm going to label the first part we did as part 1, and the second this is part 2, so you guys can catch up or watch both. So, Eric, who are we bringing on next?
Okay, so we're going to bring on the most happiest, nicest, lucky go dude you can meet in the cosplay world, in the film world, in the acting world. When it comes to charities, he's the biggest happy-go-lucky dude you could ever know, and he's a big dude with a big heart also. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you my head of navigator, who will be playing as Lieutenant Thomas Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Magnus Hammerhand.
Woo! That introduction, though, yeah.
Now, did I hear that correctly? You're the navigator, Magnus?
I am. I'll be taking us places we haven't been before, and hopefully getting us back.
So Magnus will be playing Lieutenant Thomas Hall, and he's our navigator. The thing about Thomas's character is pretty much like Magnus a little bit. He's the most happy-go-luckiest dude. It could be a really bad situation, and he's looking at the crew like, "Hey, everyone, we're going to get out of this because we are the Planetary Union. We can do anything." Just this. The only thing that about Lieutenant Hall you don't do is comment on his navigation skills, or his, as we like to call, don't comment on his driving. Because it's like we all have that one friend who's always nice, who's always smiling. But God forbid if you ever see that one friend frown or all, the world's coming to an end. That's Lieutenant Hall in a nutshell.
I say there's no backseat driving in Union.
That's right. See, and mind you, he has that catchphrase. He owns that. He will be putting that on his T-shirt. So he trademarked that right there.
That's a mighty beard, says Kronos.
That was actually my next question. Is in real life, are you the kind to get really upset over backseat drivers and just kind of want to turn around and smack them and say, "Stop backseat driving"?
It will depend on the situation. Ask my kids, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna let Dad drive. We're gonna take Nat. He'll get us there.
Just close your eyes; it'll all be over soon. I'm definitely a backseat driver.
Now, what can you tell us about your character, Magnus? What is there any? Are you and as a navigator, I mean, do we have any? Are there any? I'm gonna go ahead and ask everybody the same question. Are there any similarities or parallels with John Lamar before he became engineer? Do you have soda on the bridge?
Well, I'm trying to cut down. Lose a little weight, fit behind console a little bit easier. But I like to, I like to think of myself more like the cheerleader of the group. Probably, get out there, make sure, hey guys, we're going to go out there. We're going to do the best we can because that's what we do. And, probably not, I don't know about so much parallels with Lamar, but you never know.
What about Gordon? You kind of actually sound more like a Gordon Malloy character if I think about it. I know he's not the navigator, but
well, he's not. But you know what? Maybe we both have beards. So.
Well, one thing I'll say about Malloy, with how Malloy is always like, Gordon's always like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And if you take the joke out of, like, if you take his jokester, prankster side out, and he's always, notice how he's always like, "Hey guys, we're gonna do this. Yeah, how's it going? What's going on?" That's basically Lieutenant Hall. That happy side of Gordon. That's always happy-go-lucky. Let's put aside the prank side. He's not Gordon, but he has certain light characteristics. The happy side, that happy side of him, But he's definitely different from Gordon. Definitely different from Gordon.
So maybe, hopefully, a little bit more intelligent than. Well,
and also, the other thing about him is he's not head of engineering. He has no desire to be engineering or anything else. He's one of the top navigators next to Gordon. He runs up there with Gordon. It's like there's only few in the Union that can fly like Gordon like he's the top navigator in the Union. If Gordon's number one, then he comes in a second, like a smooth second. So
can you hug the donkey?
Who do you think came up with the term?
I can not only hug the donkey, but we're gonna go out for drinks later.
That's a good answer. Guys, let me just say and acknowledge Justin Proper. Hey, my friend, thank you so much. Yeah, we're monetized, and yeah, the Orville's awesome. And I think Justin, when the Orville comes out, Justin Proper is going to be reviewing. So you guys are going to want to sub to Justin Proper. We'll be putting his channel up along with Ensign Ricky's before our little YouTube debacle we had there. I forgot to put up Ensign Ricky's. So thank you, Justin, and I'll put up his channel, sub to Justin, guys. Wow, this is an amazing cast you have put together, Eric. Oh, okay. Sorry, something happened. I thought I lost you guys. This is an amazing cast you guys have put together. Wow, this is very, very, very exciting. Now, do you guys all is this whole gang do you guys know each other well from beforehand, or are some of you new to this group, or what?
Well, I'm going to speak for the group. For Magnus, let's say this: Magnus, Will, and Jamila, who you're going to meet in a minute, ADYA, they've all worked on other film projects with me with some Star Trek stuff we've done. Kelly is the only one of the main cast who has not interacted with any of them or met anyone personally. As I said in part one of the Orville Nation video that we did, he and I met last year at Star Trek Vegas. And what's so cool, again, one of the things that's so cool about Star Trek, when you meet like-minded people, you end up having really good bonding friendships. For me and Kelly, we instantly clicked. Kelly and I just kept in contact. We were going to be doing some stuff before all this stuff happened. And we were going to do something really cool. But since we couldn't do it, I was like, well, dude, I'm working on this Orville thing. How would you feel about being on one of my casts, part of the main cast? He was like, dude, I'm all in. And
I was giggling. I was giggling like a schoolgirl over there.
And Kelly is like me, big guy with a big heart, but he's just like he just made it very easy to go. Like Kelly has interacted with Joe Colton and Will when we were all together at Trek Vegas last year. So he knows them. But as far as the main cast, it will be the first time we're all together as a group because we are going to be doing photo ops as a group, as a main crew. That's going to be coming up later in the year, God willing. Everything works out right. But yeah, we're planning on doing that. But yeah, it's gonna be cool when we're all together the first time. So
yeah.
Wow, awesome. Okay, my friend, who do we have up next?
Okay, next up, this young lady who I've also worked with. She's also one of the founders of the Philadelphia Avengers, a charitable group. She does so much with so many people. She's an awesome cosplayer, awesome actress. She does the modeling stuff. She has an interesting background of what she does in her daily life, just like this young lady here. She is also my head of navigation on the USS Eisenberg, who helped design the ship. She is Jamila Howard, playing as Lieutenant Commander Jess Tyler. So let's welcome her aboard.
Hello, Jamila.
Or
Thank you for joining us.
I like to call her Lady J.
I like that. I like that. I love your Ghostbusters shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it a 3? Does it say a 3 on there? Or no, is it an original?
It says it has its hand now. It's not like the 3 up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So tell us again the name of your character.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Jess Tyler. I guess JT. But she is the chief of engineering. And Smoke says she's more like me. So she would be tough and mom-like with her baby, the ship, but also really sweet and caring and compassionate. So it's a mixture, I guess you could kind of say, of like B'Elanna and LaForge from Voyager and Next Generation would be a kind of a good gauge on that character.
And the thing is with JT, she is one of the main designers of the Eisenberg. So the Eisenberg is her baby. Next to Jace's character, this is her baby. It looks like she's the mother of the ship. So anything goes wrong with it, she's also like a little bit like Scotty. But the difference is she designed the ship. She helped build the ship from the ground up. So she plays an instrumental part in the series because, again, this is her baby. It's an experimental ship. It's new to the Union. So all these little factors hinge on her shoulders a lot. So she's got to make sure, and then she's got a new captain. She's got to make sure that all her I's are dotted and her T's are crossed. At the same time, while she's tough and everything, she's also about, hey, this is our crew. I want to make sure that everything's on point and everything else. So you're going to learn, again, JT is a really unique character that I wanted to bring to the table. And like I said, she's the head of engineering.
And in real life, I'm a scientist, but I'm more of a biologist. So when Smoke called, I thought he was going to say doctor, but then she said my lovely sister from another mister was a doctor. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then he said engineering. And I'm like, yes, growing up, I kind of gravitated towards all the engineers I'm a Trekkie. So that really brightened my day. So I think I'm really excited to play her.
You gotta cut down your volume on your thing because I hear you echoing on your
Is that
maybe
better?
if you have headphones?
I can do Bluetooth.
That's way better because I hear the echo from your I guess you're watching on YouTube also.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I heard the echo like
Yeah, you might just need the headphones. Yeah.
There you go.
So basically our chief engineer is going to be very much like Jamila, right?
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, that's
good.
Awesome. There anything? Are you human?
I think so. Smoke didn't tell me.
Valdor's he's the only as far as non-human of the crew so far. He's the only non-human that's in the crew of the main crew.
Awesome. And now I gotta say, is this no, we have in Trek, we've had a female engineer before. We had B'Elanna. That's right. That's awesome. Ellie, do you have any comments or a question?
I think it's cool, but I'm going to have to wait to see how it plays out, because normally, you know, like with Star Trek and Orville and everything, there's way more than just like one alien species in the crew or on board the ship. So I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out. You know, if Kelly's the only alien, is he going to maybe feel a little bit alienated?
No.
And things like that.
Well, here's the thing. Of the main crew, he's the only non-human. That doesn't mean that there won't be other crew members that are like not alien. But as far as, you have to also take in consideration, we're not big budget. So we have to go with what we can work with for right now. That's not to say that there won't be other ones. As I said, there's going to be other characters that I don't want to tip my hat too quickly. There are going to be other characters that come on that will be aliens that no one will see coming. But again, they like when you're doing on a shoestring budget and bringing to what we're trying to do and bringing to the table what we're going to put together. It's really a big major undertaking. So you have to time everything right. You have to plan everything right. This will be the first time where I've done something where I've had someone in prosthetics. But the last time I worked on a film where I did prosthetics, I was doing a Predator fan film, and it was a robbery film. And I'm wearing big, heavy, the authentic Predator costume from the films and everything else. And it's a lot of work. And then you're directing on top of that. So with me, I have to make sure that my cast is comfortable. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I can bring this character on, for a day, and we can film it. And all people think when you're filming, you have all these great ideas when you want to film stuff. And they're like, I want to have lasers, and I want to have big aliens over here, and I want to have big costumes. But where are you going to get all these prosthetics? Where are you going to get all these uniforms? You have to start small in order to make it bigger. So right now we're doing the baby steps, just like I did with the pilot teaser. It's baby steps. We want to make sure, we want to get a feel. We want to make sure that we're doing everything right, but we don't want to overcompensate. And I don't want to be stepping on my toes and saying, God darn it, I bit off more than I can chew. So yeah, we're starting off small. We got one alien who's part of the crew, and we might add on another alien later on. And it might be another one, but we definitely got some aliens coming. Trust me on that. We definitely got some aliens coming. So you guys are going to be like, what the hell? Again, yeah, I have a crazy way of thinking and crazy warped mind. So yeah, I got some ideas, and you will not see it coming.
We just lost Ellie for some reason. Now, let me just say, Shiya, thank you for your super sticker, and it says "Keep it up." Thank you, Shiya.
Yes, everybody clap for Shiya.
Planetary step, Eric. Keep it up, my friend. Yes, thank you, Shiya. And Shiya, I gave you a wrench because I don't know if you have a YouTube channel you want to promote or not. If you do, please go ahead and put it in there so you have a wrench. Thank you, Shiya. Awesome. Who do we have? We have one person next. Yes,
that's right. We kind of introduced them in the beginning of part 1 of the Orville Nation video, but because of technical difficulties, and also because he is my number one, we have the one and only cosplay extraordinaire, actor, model. He's just the Don Juan of cosplay, as I like to call him. We got
one sec, Eric, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodbye to Ellie, and I want to say, Ellie, thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
Yes, I actually, just real quick, I don't mean to put William off. Eric, you said that this completely comes out of your pocket for your budget. Do you have like GoFundMe pages or anything like that to help you raise money for this?
No, the reason why I'm not doing it because it's not my IP. It's not an original IP. When I do any project, when I'm doing an original project, I'm going to do a project off the strength of all the things I've done, from Trek Isolation to my Doctor Who Legacy series to my fan films. It's going to be off the strength of everything I've done if I can do this on a shoestring budget, imagine what I can do when I raise money. But I'd rather raise it on an original IP that I create and not off of someone else's IP, because again, it just won't have the same kind of feeling for me. And also, again, I'm doing it for the love. I do this kind of stuff for my fandom, for my love, for my craft. At the same time, I'm having fun. How many people can say that they have done and told stories within their fandom and be able to make these stories come alive within those universes? To bring people together that have a love as well, and at the same time believing in what you do and making it come to life. I was inspired, like when I would see movies like Ed Wood, and I would just watch Ed Wood, and I was literally like, wow, you know, I'm like, hey, I got a crazy idea. Why don't we do this movie and all this stuff? And people are like, okay, we're going to do it. And I've had so much fun and created so many great friendships. The last project I did that was on a monumental level was when we did a Trek Isolation episode called Out of the Fire, and I had over 40 extras, and some of them who you see right here, 40 extras that came out 4 or 5 in the morning to meet out in my parking lot outside where I live, to go up in the woods to film for 4 to 5 hours in mildly warm weather, like 80, almost 90-degree weather. And we were able to film at like 8 o'clock in the morning till at least 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And everybody believed in what I did. So that to me is the payoff, and to acknowledge all those great people that did. So doing something like this, everyone has attached to this who wants to be a part of it, believes in what I've done, and have fun doing it. And at the same time, it's showing off their talent. So they can utilize this stuff as their platform when they want to use it as a resume or anything else. It helps them out. At the same time, we're showing the love for the fandom, like the Orville. We want to inspire other people too. If they need to raise money, they can raise money for their fan film. We encourage that. But at the same time, it's from my point of view, I'm doing it for the love, no more, no less. And I'm telling my story, and I'm creating characters within that universe to show how much I love the Orville and how much I respect the cast and crew and all their hard work. We want to be able to tell those stories within that universe and have fun doing it. And that's the biggest payoff for me, to be able to have all you guys showing the love, showing the support, supporting all these great cast members. That to me is the ultimate payoff for me. To spread the word and let everyone know that's how you pay me, by doing that, and it makes me work that much harder.
And let me just add, I'm totally on board with Eric and the little portion of the Orville animation film that you guys have seen. Some of you guys in the chat have seen. That is also, we're just doing that for the love and for just to give you guys pleasure of enjoying it. So yeah, absolutely, Eric. And I do think that's appropriate. I do think we should get when down the road when we're working on our own IP, then that's a different story. I agree that. Absolutely, Eric. Ellie, where did you go? Okay. Let me just finish saying what I wanted to say to Ellie about Ellie before we had let her go. I wanted to remind everybody that Ellie's going to be joining us on a couple of streams, and she will be sharing with us some very, very interesting stuff for Orville fans that she has coming up. So we will be learning more about Ellie very soon. So thank you, Ellie, for joining us, and I hope you're there with us in the chat.
We miss you, Ellie. We hope you come back. Anyway, so
who's next?
Getting back to who I was going to introduce next. As I said before, he is my number one. He is Captain. He's Captain Gerald's number one. His commander, his right hand. This gentleman here is the Don Juan cosplay. He's a great cosplayer, great actor, model. He does it all. He drinks wine with 2 fingers and everything else. I give you William J. Commander Gabriel Williams. Let's give it up for William. I thought he was still drinking wine. Are you not drinking wine now?
That's Oh no, I still have some. I'm on my second glass. I was letting the rest of the crew have their time.
I was hoping to catch you when you were doing like this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's a hell of an introduction. Thank you very much.
Hold on, you might have to.
So nice. You
might have to adjust your mic a little bit so we can hear you.
How about now?
Say it again.
How's it going? Hold on.
And again, thank you, Ellie, for joining us.
How about now?
We will see you. We will hear more from Ellie in upcoming streams, guys. Thank you,
Ellie. I love your picture.
Thank you, Ellie.
I love your.
Thank you, Ellie.
Sure.
Is it working out?
That's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
A little delay.
Awesome. Great.
So, first officer is it Williams or William?
It's Williams.
Okay.
Well, William, my name, character name Williams.
Yeah. So
I was very creative. Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about the first officer, William.
All right. And Eric coming to me with the idea when he first suggested that would I be willing to play this character, he pointed it out that it was sort of a William Riker kind of character, and I thought, wow, this is so hard. This is so out of my wheelhouse. There's no way I'm going to be able to pull this off. I'm just kidding. It feels like I grew up watching, not just Star Trek, but TNG was basically what was on when I was growing up. So
excuse me, Bill, you might want to cut down the volume. In your back. You have the volume on in the backdrop or anything?
Hold on. Let's see if I can fix that real quick.
Because I hear a little echo.
Do you maybe have a separate window? Do you have YouTube open? You might
I do. Hold on.
You might want to cut off the YouTube volume.
All right, hold on. Let me close that off. How about now?
And yes, yes, Kronos. William was on earlier, and then he froze up. We introduced him at the beginning, and then we ran into the whole, fiasco with YouTube. So we saved him for last. Okay.
How about now? Is that hopefully any better?
It is.
I think so.
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Now are you an Earthling? Are you? I mean, I assume you are, but is your character an Earthling?
Here's the funny thing I think about that. Am I human? Yes. Am I Earthling? I think since we're set in the 25th century, there's possibilities to play around with that. So I think stay tuned. Like, you might be surprised.
Wow. Okay. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Are any of the characters in relationships with each other?
No. Everyone basically are basically either been veterans for a long time. In cases like Kelly and Gerald, they've been friends with Emmett. And so basically you're going to find out their history, how far they go back. But without giving anything away, there's going to be unique dynamics that people are going to be like, holy crap, like, especially with, I don't want to give too much away, but there's going to be some unique dynamics. There's going to be some cool dynamics. Like, two of the cast members know what I'm talking about.
That's not Magnus laughing there.
And so it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Now, are any of the characters tied, or were they maybe former colleagues of the other captain that was introduced that's played by Joe? Is there any connection to Joe's character?
I will say, besides my character, Valdor, JP's character, and there's another character that's going to be there's an episode that we're doing basically about their history, about their career and their history together. So you're going to learn about that as the episodes go on. There is an episode dedicated to that. So that I can tell you.
And you brought up JP. I wanted to ask you, how often will we be seeing JP?
You're going to be seeing JP back and forth. Think of it like, you know how Deep Space Nine, when you're watching Deep Space Nine, you have the main cast, and then you have the supporting cast members. Sometimes you'll see Golden Cop jump in, or Kai Wynn, or Garrick, or Nog. You see these characters, even though they're not on the headline, but they're like on the show constantly and all. So Emmett, Joe Colton's character, because she has her own ship and she's her own captain, you're going to see them all intertwine throughout the series. The main thing is to establish the main crew, to introduce them and intertwining with the supporting cast members.
Awesome. And guys, let me just acknowledge our audience. There's Captain Trek's GoFundMe here, and for his the surgery, life-saving surgery he's having, and also I want to acknowledge Steph's Captain Robert and Steph's campaign, because they are in the process of getting VA housing. They are without a home right now. So if anybody can help, just reminding you guys of those two links. Thank you, everybody. Now, awesome. Now, I was blessed with Eric sending a whole bunch of pictures of all of you guys, and I got to see them all, and I think our chat is going to want to see them. Hey, let's see. Is there anywhere you want me to start, Eric?
Whoever you decide to put up first, they're going to get a good laugh. So they're all here. So I want them to be surprised when they get and they can tell you the story behind it. So I'm going to sit back and watch how they turn red in the face, and they're like, "Oh yes."
And let me just we were, you know what? This was I was looking for the pictures now, and this jumped out at me. And I just want to share this with everybody, because last night we saw a picture on so many fandoms. We saw a picture of Joe that blew everybody away, and I just want to share it because she's another cast member. I just want to share this because it blew everybody away. In case anybody missed this last night, we thought this was amazing. This picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe is there, dressed up. And she kept in a character apparently, and all of a sudden Peter Capaldi walks up to her.
Yep.
Cool.
Amazing.
Which is awesome.
That's awesome.
And you know what?
Person.
Yeah, very true.
I will take credit. I am the one who actually took that picture.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is that you, William?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I just wanted to share that because it just jumped out at me while I was going through for the looking for the pictures. So here we go. Is there anywhere you want me to start?
Go for it.
Okay.
I'll let anyone narrate and tell the tale about their picture.
Say start at the beginning.
Oh, this is interesting because I asked this gentleman a question about a certain character, and now I'm seeing this cosplay.
I know where you're going with it.
You do, huh?
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
I'm guessing it's Will.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I'm thinking Kelly.
Or yeah, it might be Kelly. I might be. Yeah.
There's the man.
Nice.
Wow, Kelly. So, I mean, you want to tell us? This is Worf, obviously, right?
Right. That was in Vegas last year for the convention. So I brought 5 uniform changes. So I went. I had 5 uniform changes. So I took a lot of pictures. But yeah, it's easy to, once you're wearing it and you look in the mirror, it's really easy to get into the character and be in that character.
Yeah.
But at the same time, still be you, but still be in that character. So it was awesome. I would do that. I would do that on any occasion if I could, without having people look at me funny.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Now it's interesting. That's the Voyager badge, though, right? That you're wearing.
It is. That is the era of Worf when he first arrived at Deep Space Nine.
Oh, gotcha. Ellie, do you see how it's a good thing Ellie left, because Ellie, do you see how nerdy we are that we're like, I'm actually pointing out that he's wearing the incorrect badge, but Kelly said no, it's because he just arrived on Deep Space Nine.
And also he wore that in Generations also.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate that. Your questions were on point.
All righty, let me see if I can pull up another one. And while we pull up a couple of pictures, now let me ask you this question to Eric. What is the comedic formula to your series? Is it about this? Would you say it's about the same mix of comedy drama as the real Orville?
You know what? That's a good question. It hits all the same beats. It's like everyday life. Like if you looked at Planetary Step, you notice they had moments of a serious moment, it had a heartwarming moment, it had a funny moment. We try to hit up the beats like everyday life. Everyday life is not always serious. Everyday life is not always funny, ha ha ha. Everyday life is not always I've got a bad day. Everyday life is a mixture of all different emotions. So we're showing what it's like to be on a ship where it's everyday life. Where you have Next Generation, which was so, while it was great, it was not time to become, like Riker would say something funny. He's like, when he's playing with a Picard down, says, make it so. And you would see Picard give him the dirty look, let Sanchez look like mother, and all this stuff. And again, but you don't want to see that. With Orville, what was so funny with Orville, it would be something going on, and then someone would say something, Gordon would say something off the wall, and you're like, dude, right in the middle of, but again, I don't want it to be forced. I just want it to come natural. It's like if I'm at my job during the day and someone says something funny during the moment, and it has happened in everyday life. Somebody might say, something might be going on serious, and someone just tells a joke because that's just who they are, or they decide to say something funny to lighten the moment. It's going to be hitting the beats, but it's not going to be forced. And that's the key. You don't want to force comedy. You want it to flow, and you want it to be natural. And you want it to fit the characters' positions of who they are without saying, you got to be funny. So you got to make a doctor joke. No, it's just like it has to come natural. And also that plays a part in the writing.
Oh.
Now, is this Eric?
That's awesome.
Yep.
Is that Eric?
Yes.
That is an awesome picture, guys. Wow.
Thank you. That was at Great Philadelphia Comic Con. Was it last year? Yeah,
last year.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. Everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Wow.
The beast looks so awesome. The beauty, she looks
That is amazing. Did you buy that, or did you make that mask?
A little bit of both.
Really?
The mask did some re-enhancements on it. I know her dress was from the ground up. She got it hand stitched, and she built that costume from the ground a year. Friend of ours. And so, like I said again, it was just a thing that we wanted to do. We need to do more of that because we haven't done it in a while. Yeah. But we like doing our little Disney stuff and everything. So yeah, that was something that we enjoyed doing.
Awesome. Wow. That is a great picture, man. Wow. That's a beautiful picture. Let's see. Now, you guys feel free to jump in, make any comments you want, any of you, while we start, perusing the. Have you guys heard?
Do it! Come on! Over here.
Rick, I did see a pop up a while ago. It asked if we knew how many episodes that we were going to have in the series.
Yes.
We're going to have little mini vignettes. So it might be like 3 vignettes. So the 3 vignettes might be anywhere between 7 to 8 minutes, and then the actual episodes will be anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes long. We're looking to do at least, not counting the one we already did, we're looking to do anywhere between 7 to 8 more episodes for season 1. So I'm focusing on season 1.
Wow.
I'm looking for a 7 to 8 year contract, so you know.
And
Wow.
I
And
will
you
be
s-
the red shirt that I hope doesn't die. So I'm hoping for that.
Well, who knows? You never know. Woo.
And you said, Eric, that the finale will be.
Who has his wine back? Look, see?
I do.
Eric, and you said
See?
Eric, that the finale would be a double, right? Or sorry, a
A
longer
two-part. It's
episode,
gonna be a
2-part.
And that's going to include the entire, both main and supporting cast.
Okay, guys, the next picture, I just want to warn everybody in the chat. The next picture I'm going to show is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I got to say, when I saw this picture, I was like, holy crap. And if there are any Star Wars fans out there, you're going to love this one.
Yeah. Oh, I already know which one you're talking about. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
They're going to hit you. Lucas is going to hit you up and say, "We want you to play in the film. You got to
Yeah.
Oh boy.
God,
Yeah.
you look just like him."
The YouTube bots are going to hit us again.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh dear. You know what? If Joe did it, I can only hope that I do it as well. 'Cause that would be pretty cool. Like you guys said, a great compliment. Before I go any further, I gotta thank. She might not be watching. Fandom Spotlight. Maiden Art from Fandom Spotlight is actually the one who took care of doing my makeup that day. So props to her. I only look at that good because of her. That is a base Grand Admiral costume that I basically modified. New rank badges, new epaulets on the shoulders. But she basically took care of my makeup. So if I look good, it's thanks to her.
Wow. And who is it? The name again, William?
She is Maiden Art from Fandom Spotlight.
Okay, great. Wow. Yeah. So, and your face looks amazing. Yeah. Thrawn. Wow.
I appreciate it. You know, Thrawn is one of those characters that ever since I first read the novel, and I didn't read it when it first came out, but ever since I read it a couple of years later, it was just something that appealed to me and something that I just wanted to do. And anyone who's ever tried cosplay, I am not one that's good at doing my own makeup. So finally coming across somebody that could really help me pull it off, it was just, I walked around in that cosplay probably all day and maybe 6, 7, 8 hours, and it was no trouble at all. I was just happy to do it.
And I know you
Nice.
get crazy pictures. People were like, "Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture?"
It was a little like that, yeah. I mean, and you know me, I was like, "Oh, okay, if you don't, no problem."
You know what's interesting about that character is because we've never seen him played in life. You personified him very well for an actor that a character we've never seen, in real life.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
that's
that.
great.
Thank you. Little Easter or tidbit. The only time that character was actually portrayed in real life was in one of the old PlayStation or PC video games, and it was pretty much low res, low key. It was just an actor with solid blue paint, and he only showed up with maybe 5 minutes of screen time. So basically, it doesn't exist.
Peggy asked a question for all you guys. What if your characters had a costume party? What would they go as? Do you guys know your characters well enough to answer that question?
Oh, I know exactly what my character would go as. My character would go as Captain Kirk.
Yep, you would. You would.
Oh, maybe
What
a
about
war-
you, Jamila?
I don't know. Come back to me. I'm thinking.
Now,
What
mind
about
you,
you?
in the Orville universe, Doctor Who and Star Wars do exist in that universe, and the Muppets exist in that universe.
We know Doctor Who exists.
Yeah, they've mentioned the TARDIS on episode of.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yep. See, that tells you how hardcore of an Orville fan I am.
Yeah, I missed that one. Anybody else? Kelly, Adia, Magnus, want to chime in?
My
Well,
character, I think, would probably still show up as himself, just because he's of a mindset that he would be all the character that's needed for a costume party, because he brings the personality. So he wouldn't feel like he would have to change his appearance in that way.
For my character, it would be James Bond, because I'm a big James Bond fan. And in my universe of a Planetary Step, James Bond does exist, along with Doctor Who and Muppets and Star Wars, but James Bond exists. So yeah, I would be James Bond. I would be James Bond.
I think mine would be Huntress. The doctor, she has her own objectives, and sometimes her motivations are quite stealthy, but at the same time not as overt as she wants them to be with everybody else.
But we didn't establish that DCs exist in that universe.
I know. I'm just saying. If it were anybody else, I'd have to think on that if it was somebody else outside of that.
Oh, wow.
What about you, Magnus?
Well, I would think, depending on the type of party, of course, he'd probably go with like a World War II pilot if it was more of a, low key party. If maybe do a Rebel pilot or a TIE fighter pilot.
I thought you were going to say Santa Claus.
There's Santa Claus? What?
Because because you're so happy and everything all the time. I think Santa Claus would fit you good.
I'll have to consider that.
I know it's like beneath you. I know you've never done a Santa Claus cosplay before, but it would be interesting because you're.
I don't know if I could do jolly well enough though. It'd be a stretch. I'd have to stretch.
Remember that Thomas is a very happy-go-lucky navigator. He's very happy. I'm pretty sure he would have no problem flying reindeer, navigating reindeer if he had his way.
Absolutely.
Now, guys,
and when I think about it, my character would probably, just for the sake of trying to get the laugh, would probably show up as a furry, maybe like in a bunny suit or something like that.
that is funny.
Nobody's going to expect it from him. So,
or maybe you could cosplay as one of the other characters. Cosplay as a character.
That could work. That could work too. Yeah.
Jamila, do you want to?
I'll say, I'm sorry. Am I still? Did it freeze up for you guys?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
I think my alarm froze my phone. Sorry, but I guess I would team up with the doctor since we're the girls on the ship, and I'll go with Birds of Prey theme, and I'll be Barbara Gordon to her Huntress.
Now, guys, that's awesome. The next picture I'm going to show, when I saw this, dude, Eric, I want this as my screensaver. This bring back memories. Wow, this is an amazing picture. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Battle of Planet G-Force. Yeah.
Can you tell us who's who, and
or to all those old school fans like me, Gotcha Man, Science Ninja Team. For those who are
right.
Old
That's
school.
right.
Okay. Well, this cosplay, like my buddy Brian and I were avid fans, we're old school fans, and we've been wanting to do Battle of the Planets because we grew up on it and Gotcha Man. And so, but like this, 5-7 years ago, we did a group cosplay. The only one that didn't have her costume was ADYA. ADYA, we were like trying to get someone to make her helmet because the other two guys who were with us, they all basically built their costumes, got their costumes made. So we were like, dude, we can do this. There's only 4 of us. We need Princess. We need Jun. And at the time, she couldn't get her costume made. This costume got custom made for her through one of our costume designers. The helmet was done by my buddy Law from Patlin's Cosplay, who says I'm one of the members. So they did a helmet for her own style helmet. And we debuted this in Philadelphia for RetroCon last year. And it was a big hit. So we had the complete set of all of us. So I felt great. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to do another photo shoot, definitely with all 5 of us. But yeah, I was very happy that this all came together finally.
That's awesome.
wow, how cool is that? Wow. That is amazing. Now, have you had any? Eric? Have you heard any other feedback from or from like Orville production or anybody involved with the Orville?
We've gotten we got a lot of love and support. Jay Lee I sent him some stuff. He liked the pictures and all. He liked what I sent him and stuff. We've been just getting nothing but love. I know one of the effects designers was he didn't know about it, and then when I explained it, because he saw Tom's showing love and support back, showing love. So we've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and I mean that's saying a lot without giving too much away. That's saying a lot when you have the producers from the show taking notice to what we're doing, and that's one of the reasons why it's making me work that much harder to put something really cool together. And like I said, again, I mean, from the artwork, getting the posters done, having professional artists, Angela McKendrick and Crisscross to do the posters. We got more stuff coming. We're just, again, it's all out of pocket, all out of love for the Orville. So it's been basically, and what's so cool about it is, we got our crew. Everyone's getting their uniforms done. They're getting their uniforms. We're trying to be as close, making sure we're trying to be not 100%, but close, damn near close to being as screen accurate as possible. We know we're not going to hit every beat, but we're going to damn well try. And it's all about just having fun and to be able to tell our stories and bring characters to life. That says a lot. That says how much an effect a show has on us, like the Orville. And to me, it's everything.
By the way, in case everybody on the panel is wondering, they're talking about DJ Odyssey in the chat, our fellow YouTuber DJ Odyssey. That's who they're talking about. Because he has been known to wear a costume or two on his live streams. Now, she looks sweet and innocent on the panel, guys, but I'm going to put up a picture of her badass side.
Nice.
I love that picture. I still love that picture.
That is a great picture, Jamila.
Thank you. This is thanks to Joe. Joe told me how to make the breastplate out of a fencing plate. So Joe Colton. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a fencing breastplate?
Yep. And I painted it and ordered a vinyl Cobra sticker and put it on.
That's super cool.
Thank you. I'm showing my 80s baby all around, I guess, today.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. So now, do you guys all go when Eric is doing his con in Philadelphia? Do you guys all go to the Philadelphia con?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I haven't been to the Philadelphia con yet, but I will.
Well, the Great Philadelphia Comic Con, this year was going to be the year where all these guys were going to be there. In fact, some of them were guests. Magnus, Lady J, ADYA, Joe, basically Robert, a lot of them, and even JP. We were I was going to have them all as guests, but with everything that's going on right now, it's all up in the air right now. It's like, if anything, we're just playing everything by ear right now. With everything that's happening, with social distancing, it plays a big part. So we're trying to just see what happens. It all dictates, but I can tell you this much: whether we do it this year or next year is going to be a big year. I can tell you that much on a lot of different fronts. So, yeah, when we're all together, it's going to be something that everyone's going to be talking about for sure.
Wow.
If I could real quick,
Please.
For the prosthetics that I wore as Worf, if I could just give a quick shout out to Tim at propsandmakeup.com. Great guy, and he took care of me. I've gotten several prosthetics from him. So he did a really good job.
Even though there's no pictures up, shout out to John Paladin because he did my Martok headpiece, my Klingon stuff. I forgot to send you a picture of me and Kelly together as Martok and Worf, the House of Martok, and so we had a lot of fun. There's a picture of us together as House of Martog. So, but yeah, shout out to John Powton for doing my headpiece and my prosthetics for my yes.
That is a great forehead, guys.
And I still had to do a little bit more color matching on it, but that was kind of early on when I had it on, and I did the color matching later.
Yeah, because you look spot on. I had to double take. I'm like, dude, you could be a stunt double. I see Michael Dornell. Like,
oh yeah,
you need to play me, my stunt double.
I just got to put this up real quick because our whole chat has been dying to see this. So, yes, folks, there might be furries on the Orville. This is DJ Odyssey. This is our friend YouTuber DJ Odyssey. That's a great
for casual Fridays.
Yes, he streams like this sometimes.
Size first.
Thank you, DJ. Awesome, man. And let's see, who was the next picture? Okay, I gotta say now the next picture we're putting up. He's all right. To me, this person on the panel looks like he's human, but he looks to me like he's human from another planet. That's what I'm sensing from this picture.
I already know where you're going. I already know who it is, and I know what.
How do you know? How do you know who it is?
Because what you just said. Watch, I know it. Watch, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Dad, you don't see it. He's an albino. He's an albino from the planet Albino. I don't know. It was close, but no banana. Close, but no banana.
That is a great picture, Magnus.
Well, thank you. I was taken at SmokeCon about 2 years ago.
Now, is that your real hair and beard?
My real hair is more red. I dye my hair a blonde because I do rock and roll for G.I. Joe. So it's gotten, and also I bringing back up to what Smoke said earlier, Eric said earlier, I also do Santa Claus. So the blonde hair helps me whiten it out. So it, I can do the jolly old red guy.
Wow. Awesome. Wow. Yeah, that is a great picture. All these pictures are fantastic, guys. And let's see. The next picture I'm putting up, I can't tell which one of you it is. So you're going to have to tell me. Which one of you is it?
Oh, that's me.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is that ADYA or Jamila?
It's Jamila.
Jamila. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So, yeah. What character is this?
Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. I have my cosplayer made by Alan Nutt Cosplay. But I did the rest of the costume. That was the first time doing makeup like that. And you're not the only one that couldn't tell it was me. I had a friend at a con, and they heard me laughing, and they like, I hear Jamila, but I don't see her. Look dead past me. 3 times. They know me for years. So I must have did a good job with the makeup because I fooled a lot of my friends that day.
Now is that heavy?
It's actually pretty light. It's made out of foam, and it has a plastic tube to keep it sturdy, so it's not heavy at all.
Wow. Yeah, that's your face. You guys, your face looks amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. I gotta tell you, so did you say you're a biologist?
Yes, I'm a forensic DNA analyst.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that's on that. So yeah, you would think that, yeah, people in forensics have to have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Forgive me, guys, because I have them all the pictures are very small. I wanted to put this picture up real quick. It's not from the. It's not a. but I just wanted people to see this. I think they saw it in the post. Do you want to tell us real quick about the picture?
Yes.
Eric?
That's on the set of Planetary Step. In the backdrop, you see Jason Richardson, J1Con, or should I say J1 Studios of J1Con. You have Lamont Abrams, who was our director of photography. He's also one of my head photographers. He heads up my SmokeCon photo shoots. He and I go way back. Also, John Royster. He plays as Admiral James Perry on A Planetary Step. He is the admiral that gave the promotion to my character, and he plays an instrumental part in the series. And of course, in the little small corner right there, Joe Colton. And this was on the set when we were, matter of fact, right on the set, and we were reading over the script, doing a script read before we go live, or not live, but before we start filming. So it was like early that morning on a Saturday morning. So yeah,
Eric, I gotta say this, and forgive me for my bluntness, but this is starting to look like a big ass project.
Yeah.
Eric doesn't know any other way to do it.
That's right. And it's cool because, again, like I said, when you have people that believe in what you do, when you have people that want to help you write, people that want to give technical advice, you have people that basically want to do everything to see that dream, flourish, because they believe in what you do. It speaks in volumes. So to be able to get all these people together, like you saw in the picture, on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, for Joe to drive 3 states to get to my place, when you have JP, who's recording, who we've never met in person, but mind you, because we were kindred spirits and we have a love for the Orville, we're shooting video as if we were like round the corner from each other. Again, it speaks in volumes, and it shows you when you bring something together and you come up with an idea and you bring people together, what you can what you can put out together, and what you can create to be able to tell a story and to reach out to other people, to inspire other people to say, hey, I want to do something like that too. So yeah, I would say, yeah.
Now the next picture I'm putting up is quickly becoming, since I saw it last night, it's quickly becoming one of my new favorite captain pictures. And you guys are going to love it. I think it's an awesome picture.
Nice.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great picture?
Mm-hmm. That was last year too, wasn't it?
It was. I was trying to find you so we could do a picture on the set together, and then we couldn't connect in time.
Was I in my blue Discovery uniform?
Right.
That was right after we did the stuff with Shaniqua, wasn't it?
Yep. Because I had the photo op later on, and I was trying to connect with you so we could do that, but it was still early on. It was still early on that we had actually started, hanging out too. And then I couldn't find you to go do that. Yeah. But that would have been awesome to do that. Yeah, that would have been great.
Kelly, let me ask you, it seems very shiny. Is it very?
It's not. I think it's a combination of the lighting, because it is bright, yes, but it's not a shiny material. I mean, it's a regular cloth, like a cotton, but I think it was the lighting that really, the way it reflected off of that, made it look like it had a sheen to it.
Yeah. Wow. So this is at Star Trek Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Last year.
Actually, one of the things about that little set that's there is it's not just that little bit of wall. It's actually half a bridge that's built up back there. So there it extends pretty far back aside from what you see on the screen. And it's actually lit just like it was in the 60s. So just like in the 60s, Kirk's uniform was supposed to be a light avocado green, and it photographed as yellow. Same thing that's happening with Kelly's uniform, because they're using the exact same lighting from the 60s. the uniform is actually getting warped out of color. That's what's happening there.
Now, and it's interesting that you say that, because I do have an authentic Kirk era uniform top, and you're right. It is more of it's closer to being almost like an olive, but under different lighting, it does look like it's gold.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what happens when you. Now I'm showing off my nerd side.
Yeah.
Is my thing.
It's a good nerd side, Will. Fine.
I had a ball there, and I wish I should have sent that picture to you, Eric, of the two of us when we were in Quarks. And the minute we got together, we were taking nonstop pictures because people would not stop taking pictures.
That was crazy, because we were, like I said,
it was awesome.
We were dressed. Well, of course, in the House of Martok, but we were both. That was when Riley and Hertz were on stage. In fact, when they were performing.
Right.
So yeah,
right.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to send you that picture so you can post it in a minute, PJ, so you can show the audience what we're talking about. But yeah, that was a great moment. I had such a great time.
Now the next picture I'm putting up, when I saw it, I was like, "This is so adorable. I want to adopt this young lady."
You.
This is cute. This is something like my daughter would see this and she would go nuts.
I already know what it is. I already know what it's going to be. Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it.
It's one of my favorites.
ADYA, tell us what this is.
This is a Wasp from, of course, Ant-Man and Wasp. And then some of the other pictures, Eric and I both, of course, cosplayed together. So he was Ant-Man, I was Wasp, and everything else too. And I had a really good time with that. Quite a few different individuals helped me out with that costume. I can name probably about.
Well, Joe
4.
was one.
Yeah,
Joe was definitely one.
The main body of the costume, she and I had sat down and looked at designs, and we had settled on something that would be best. And this actual creation of the actual fabric costume part, Joe Colton. So I give her full credit for that. The improv, and we collaborated on some ideas and things like that, and that was fantastic. The wings, I actually I made an attempt to try to make my own. It didn't turn out so great, so I sought some help. And
they look great.
And do that with the wiring and the that particular one is not iridescent plastic, but I went through various wings because I've cosplayed other characters that had wings. So we had to find the right size wings, but it was a lot of fun. And the gauntlets right there, I thank my husband, Eric, here for helping create those because, of course, he put in the time for that. So we had talked about that as well. So I had a really good time going through the process of creating it and then collaborating with everybody else to help me put that together. So that's one of my favorite costumes. It's one of my hottest, literally temperature-wise costumes, but it's also one of my favorite costumes.
Who did the helmet, ADYA?
Thank you.
I just sent you the what you call it.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Some pictures.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think you like those. But yeah, like I said again, all of us have a love for cosplay. We have a love for Trek. We have a love for basically we're all avid fans, but we all have professional stuff that goes on in our life. Like we do our professional stuff, and this to show people that fandom comes from all different walks of life. And we all have different professions. And people are surprised when you tell them, "Oh yes, I do this and I do that." What? And all this stuff. I mean, it's like, really? And I think so people are very "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, we have a love. So this is one of my favorite ones from Vegas that we took, and that's me and Kelly. And like I said, people were like, "Oh my god!" So I love
who's who?
Yeah, see, we look like each other's next door neighbors' twins. Of course, Kelly is Worf, and I'm doing the House of Martok.
Okay.
So it like I said again, we just had so much fun. That was my first time shout out to John Paladin for the makeup, for the prosthetics and everything. But that was my first time actually doing Klingon, being a Klingon. I've always wanted to do be a Klingon.
Oh, you look perfect.
You guys look great.
So yeah, that was when I'm wearing. I've done Worf years ago, but that's my first time actually being as a Klingon. And people were like, it was funny because I was walking through and people were moving up because I was walking with attitude and I was like walking like I was on a mission, and people were like, "Holy crap, let me move out of his way." I'm praying to God I wasn't going to sweat to death. I was like, "Please, God, don't sweat."
You guys look great. Kelly, any comments on the picture?
Well, I was blown away when I saw Eric dressed up like that because I went, "Wow!" I go, "Okay." Made me go, "Hey, I'm not really bringing much to this. I better kind of step it up a little bit." So
well, he was being Worf.
Both are great.
You know,
Both are great.
You gotta understand, Kelly was being Worf, so Worf is laid back, like, of course, yes, blood ale, yes, I mean blood wine, yes, and he's all laid back like Worf. I'm like, and I'm all like, yeah. So, you know, as you'll see in the other pictures, yeah, I'm just like totally like, yeah. So again, I have so much fun doing this kind of stuff.
It's really easy to get into character when you're wearing prosthetics. That's the one thing that is fun about it.
Because a lot of times people can't recognize you. If they don't recognize you, you can get away with anything.
Exactly.
That's above the law. That you're not doing anything breaking the law, as long as you're not breaking the law.
And this is a great picture. Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
JG, Robert, Bill O'Reilly, Robert O'Reilly. Yeah, JG and I are good friends, but JD loved it because I told him, I was like, dude, I'm finally going to do House of Martog. That's the reason why I did it, because I'm like, yes, I have to show respect to your house. You know, so yeah, man. So we had a lot of fun. We did a little video and everything with that. No, I had so much fun with that. So it's all about having fun. I was totally in character. Even his wife was like, "Oh God!" So, oh my God, we had so much fun. We did also. They were in costume when we did the photo shoot. They were in full makeup and everything. So we did. I was able to also do a picture with them in full costume with all three of us as Klingons, which was epic.
It's pretty cool.
Wow.
I did a few. I did a few
most...
photo ops with them in costume too. That was a lot of fun.
I gotta say, the most epic thing about Eric in that costume is the fact that he was able to get out of that costume by himself. Because Joe and I were also wore those Klingon costumes, and we cannot get out of them by ourselves.
Oh my gosh! I remember going back up to the room. Well, Will showed me how to take off the makeup and how to take off the prosthetic. The rest was just like sheer luck. And I just remember being hot in there after a certain point and cold and all my sweat. And I'm like, I need to get out of this. I need to get out. And then plus I had to use the restroom. So I was like trying to find every way to get out of the costume. So that was, I was contortionist that day. I was like, all this stuff. So, you know, which was
Eric,
really,
what was your prosthetic made of?
Silicone.
Oh, okay.
I guess like a silicone foam, like more foam than silicone foam, because
mine was made out of foam latex.
Foam latex, that's what it was. Foam latex, not silicone. Foam latex.
Okay, yeah, mine was made out of foam latex, and it was nice because I wore it all day, and it really doesn't get that hot because it is porous. You can breathe with it. So
yeah, and I was
praying
praying to God I wasn't going to sweat to death. I was praying to God.
Yeah.
Now this picture, me and Joe decided to do a group shot because I've known Doug Jones for years. I've known him since like 09. So Doug was like, oh, and we did some appearances. Doug and I have done a couple appearances together for other shows together. We appeared together. So, and it was my first time meeting Shaniqua, which she's awesome. And we were like, yo, we got to do the group shot. We got to do a group shot. So we were just bugging out, having some fun and stuff. And Joe was like, yes, I'm just going to do number one. And I'm like, look, I just want to be crazy in the picture. So we had a lot of fun with that one. Yeah.
That's a cool picture. Wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's super cool.
Well, I didn't even recognize her with the glasses on.
Yeah, she was being herself. She was very comfortable that day. I was
She
like,
is
oh,
so sweet. I mean, she's an absolute sweetheart.
She really is. She really is. Oh my God, it was so cool.
Wow.
So cool.
Here we go. Pow.
Ah!
I like it.
Do you want to tell us about this picture? Jamila?
Well, yeah, we were at an outdoor Comic-Con and a train was going by. And so I was like, somebody got to get a picture with the train. I don't know if you guys saw it. Well, Incredibles 2, where she's trying to stop the train. So that was my reason why. But that costume was one of the few that I didn't make. I got it super cheap, like $20, and I love Elastigirl. So, but I usually make most of my costumes.
Oh, you did. Wow.
Oh,
now
wow.
you brought. Sorry, go ahead, guys. I was going to say that. Go ahead, Magnus. Sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
William.
But me and Jamila actually do Mr. and Mrs. Incredible.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Wow. Now, guys, you brought up a really interesting point about an outdoor con, and we've been talking a lot about this lately. Eric, what do you think? Do you think some cons might go outdoors for safety reasons?
Depending on the weather, depending on what the ratio of people can be in one area, that plays a big part. And again, we don't know what they're going to say as far as like. We don't know how much and what the situation is going to be. So it's a great idea because I kind of mentioned it to a couple of people, people behind the scenes and all. And it all depends. It goes back to how many you can have in a confined area or outside area. Even if you have it outside, you still have to have certain proximity rules. And also, some people want to be indoors because some people got the fear of the hornets and all that stuff. So it all plays in part. I sent you a couple more, by the way. So there's some stories to tell behind these pictures. So
okay, now ADYA, this is a version of Wonder Woman, right?
Well, actually, it's Wonder Girl. It's
the
George Perez version, and it was one of the first times I had cosplayed Wonder Girl. She was actually one of my favorites. I think she was my second. She was my second.
And that's like one of my favorite ones. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it is one of his favorite ones. So I have a slightly different version that I wore last year, but it's always, even for me, it's been my actual personal favorite. And incidentally, I think we were at a con and we were with another cosplay friend of ours, and she did Nubia Wonder Woman. And there was an artist that actually turned it into a piece of art that he had liked it so much and everything. But it is definitely one of my favorites, one of my most comfortable and one of my favorites. So I love working with that one.
And I'm going to send you something else too. I got something else I want to send you also. I think you'll definitely like. I'm glad this was sent to me.
Great costume, ADYA. Wow. This is, by the way, this is a really cool picture you Eric just sent me. Very cool.
Cue the music.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Let's talk about that. So it was asked earlier about, for ADYA and I, believe it or not, this is the day that I met ADYA. This was at the Franklin Institute.
Oh.
Yes, there's a story behind this. Basically, Avery is a mutual friend of one of my friends. I was waiting to see Avery speak at the Franklin Institute. And what happened was Avery and I was the first in line. So I'm like, holy crap, yeah. And Avery came over and I was like, hey, Mr. Brooks, I relayed a message. He was like, let me use your phone. I'm like, okay, no problem. He's using my phone. you know, after he used my phone, he was like, "Look, make sure you sit up in front, you know, because we'll talk more after the show." I was like, "Cool." She comes in, and when I saw her originally, I was like, "Oh, she probably got someone." It's my luck because at that time I was single. I was like, "Ah," and I'm sitting next to a friend of mine, another gentleman who I met at the event, and there was one more seat, and so I asked him, I'm like, "Dude, shift down," because she was looking for a seat and she was by herself. So I was like, "Dude, shift down." He had the whole row shift down so he could have open seat for her, and I'm like this. So Avery saw what I was doing. The next thing I know, Avery kind of gave me this little nod, and Avery knew all the stuff. I told him what I'd done and everything. So Avery gives me a nice little shout out. He was like, "Yeah, look at this gentleman here. He's an author. He's a cosplayer. Oh no, he's an author, a pro wrestler, actor, producer." And he's giving me the nod, like the wink, like, and I'm like, and the next thing you know, she and I went on our date the next day, and we were going out every day. And then fast forward, what, 6-7 months later, Avery and I are doing an appearance in Philadelphia. We're in the green room, and we're sitting in the green room with him, eating. We're hanging out. We're hanging out with him, and I was telling Avery. Now, mind you, she's a school teacher. Avery was a college professor, so they were already talking back and forth and talking shop. So I told him, I said, "You know, she might be the one." I was telling Avery. So all of a sudden, Avery stops everything. He was like, looks at ADYA and says, "What is it about the Smoke that you love? Smoke, you can't say nothing." I'm like, "Oh my God!" The emissary is like. And
there was like 11 people sitting at a formal table in the green room, and everybody stopped chewing to look up.
I just remember Ernie Hudson just looking at me like, "Oh, you're in for it now." And I'm kind of like, "Oh, wow." And she just went on, "Oh, he's like this and he's like this." But yeah, and then like I said again, Avery played a big part. In fact,
that's a crazy story. Wow.
Yeah, and so he was originally going to we invited him to the wedding. He couldn't make it. So the last time he was here doing a signing in Jersey, we went to go see him. As soon as he saw us, he had this long line. As soon as he saw us, he stopped everything. And he was because we bought him a copy of the wedding because he couldn't be there, and he stopped everything just to talk. And he's like, "Don't worry, I know these people," and everything. So it was like I said again, yeah. So I always joke and I say, yeah, you know, Avery's the reason why I'm with her because, you know, if it wasn't for his event, I wouldn't have met her. And if it wasn't for him giving me the little, and then also interrogating her as the emissary, you know,
the sequence of events on that
all
day.
these little things that fall into play. So yeah,
wow,
yeah. And what
that's an awesome story.
Well, we've been together 10 years, 11 years altogether, but what, not almost 9 years married. Yeah. So yeah, yeah.
That's an awesome story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
And you just sent me this picture too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because May, you know, Will, you were talking about May. Me and May were standing in line, and I was facing away from Jonathan, and she was like, "I think Jonathan's checking out your Troy dress." I'm like, "No way." "No, don't turn. All right, turn." And when I turned, it was funny when I walked up. He was like, "I see you there. You did a good job. Did you make that?" I made it. And I made it in one night to actually meet the actress that played Deanna. I always say her name wrong. I know.
Marina Curtis.
Yeah, and he was both surprised to hear that I did it in one night, overnight. But I was like, I had to. I've been waiting all my life to meet her, and then so I was like, I gotta be in the dress. I needed to choose one of my favorite characters. So it was great.
That was great. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He is. He really is. So I've had a couple of good conversations with him in the past. So yeah, he's really cool. Very cool. But like I said again, it's all about, like I said, our love for Trek, our love for Orville and everything. Oh my God. Yes. Doing the doctor.
That is great, William.
That is awesome.
You want to tell us about this picture?
Well, yeah.
And I don't even remember. I didn't even grow up on the. There, back.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that. It just my Wi-Fi. I don't know what else I can do.
Just stay where you're at and then go ahead.
But thank you. No,
Like this. It remind of the
Oh well.
and to the and that's
it's just unfortunately it's just bad Wi-Fi.
Oh my God. Oh,
Well,
no.
this is a great picture, and yeah, you get so. I guess William is also a Doctor Who fan.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, thumbs up. Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Okay, this is that's a great picture, William. I love it. That's a great picture.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And the next picture I'm putting up is very entertaining
You keep moving.
as well.
Something else is gonna get you.
That is a great picture too, Magnus.
Thank you.
Yes, he's on the steps of the art museum on the Rocky Steps.
Yep,
Yeah,
that was
I was just gonna say.
Oh, sweet.
that was for suicide walk, suicide prevention walk that we did with the Philadelphia Avengers.
I
Okay.
was the last one that day. Magnus, incredible.
Oh, so this is not you coming home from work then?
No,
But he is incredible.
Yeah, it's true. This is his night job.
yeah, my day job I need the mask lower down now, so you know.
What, you didn't know I saved a day too? Yes. Oh.
And here we have a different perspective on one of our favorite captains.
Nice.
Yeah,
There we go.
That's a nice jacket.
I was switching back and forth between the Discovery Enterprise uniform and then running back and then putting on the Worf look.
Yeah, you were changing back and forth quick. I was like, man. I was like, how do you? I'm like, he has mad skills when it comes to that. Mad skills.
It's super
Well,
sharp.
you know what? After doing it so many times, you start to figure out how to streamline and cut corners.
How do you get the prosthetic off so fast, Kelly?
Well, I've got I use spirit gum and then spirit gum remover, but also it comes off pretty fast if I'm just slightly working it as I'm kind of putting on a little bit of the remover. So it comes off pretty easy.
Gotcha.
Putting it on and getting it lined up right, that takes more time. And then doing the makeup to adjusting the makeup a little bit.
Wow. And awesome. And I'm not sure what character this is. Maybe you can fill us in, ADYA. Is it Catwoman?
Catwoman. Enjoying her jewels that she has recently taken away.
Oh, those are jewels. Okay, yeah. Wow.
Yes, this is my Catwoman. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I had a really good time with that one. That too is I would say is one of my easier cosplays. I define easier cosplays based on the number of pieces that are required when you get dressed and the time that it might take. And this one is I would say it's one of those really quick ones, but I had a lot of fun with that one, and I'm still having fun with that one. I have still more work to do. Like, you know how they talk about work in progress and pieces like that. But she is definitely one of my other favorites. I love all my cosplays, of course, but that one is pretty much up there. I don't really, you don't really see this picture up too much, but this is one of my favorites as well.
Wow. Awesome.
Thank you.
Where did you make that one, or did you get that somewhere?
That one was actually custom made. I had help with a friend of ours, another cosplay friend of ours. And the other pieces, like the gloves, I just picked up the gloves. They were easy, pick up. Incidentally, the rhinestone necklace that's in my hand was just something like they say you shop around in your own house, down in your own house. How it goes. And what you don't see is with like the whip. I'm working to recreate the whip. Just for so many reasons, purposes, things like that. But that was a really good one. It's really comfortable, and I have a lot of fun that I can move around a lot and things like that. So, Catwoman. Yeah.
Now, I love G.I. Joe, guys, and I'm not sure which one of you this is. Who is this?
Magnus.
Magnus?
That'd be me.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you very much. That's Firefly from, of course, Cobra, G.I. Joe. Actually, I have to thank Smoke for.
No, whatever. No.
I mean, first of all, it was him that said, "Hey, you know what? You should check out this G.I. Joe group called The Finest. They're going to be up at the show I'm going to be up at. You should really come up." And that just kind of cascaded from that into me having, like, I think a dozen G.I. Joe characters now.
I gotta say, yeah, he does a lot of G.I. Joe characters. Like, luckily, you and I teamed up on one or two.
Absolutely.
Wow. And who is this? Is this let's see. This is great, by the way. I love this one too. Who is this? Is that Eric?
Oh, Eric.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's me.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's very authentic.
Yeah, that's like one of my more recent ones. She took the picture.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that's one of my more recent ones, which again I love that picture. That hits the true essence of Skeletor.
Yeah.
One. I was like, yeah, because well, let's just say Jamila has something coming up with that, and there's a couple other people, and like we're doing a whole big Masters of the Universe group. So yeah, it is something like we've only just begun, so we're having so much fun with that. Yeah, I gotta say that's like one of my all-time favorites.
And this next one I have seen before, and if you could just remind us what it is, Eric. This is a great one too.
Devilman. Gognagi Devilman came out in the 70s, and then they had a new series on Netflix called Devilman Crybaby. So I did a combination of the classic and the new one. So yeah, but Devilman, yeah,
wow,
one of those rare classic characters that you don't often see. Too many people cosplay overseas a lot of times because a lot of people overseas that are more familiar with the character. But again, I love the character. I've always loved that character, and the fact that I was able to pulled it off and everything. I had a lot of help, but was able to pull that off. So yeah, that rocks so much. It rocks my soul.
Wow. And this next one let's see. These are you guys are always so much fun to have on. Tell us. Is this Jamila?
Yeah.
Yep, Lady J.
I was surprised because I didn't realize you guys had that one. That was like my ever.
Wow.
I made it all with this vinyl material like that you would put on a couch cushion. It was the hardest material I've ever worked with in my life.
What character is this?
Speedy from Arrow. Okay. From the TV show, the CW Arrow, Green Arrow sister in the show. Yeah.
Wow. Forgive my ignorance with some of the characters, guys.
Oh, we forgive you. We forgive you.
Nothing to forgive. I mean, there's a whole world full of characters out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, sky's the limit.
Wow. Well, it looks great. It looks amazing. You look pretty. Yeah, you look like you just got out of a horror movie. You're the heroine in the horror movie, though. Wow. Let's see. Who is this? This is a great picture. You guys are gonna have to let me know who this is.
That would also be Jamila.
Yeah. That's the yellow Power Ranger, the original one, but from the movie. So she was armored up. I made the suit, the cuffs, and the glove, but the armor was made by Johnny B. Prop, and the helmet was made by a guy overseas called Cam Wright Demon. I've always, they all said Jamila because I see a million versions of the Yellow Ranger. So she's one of my favorite characters.
You might want to be clear of your mic. I think when you're talking, it's rubbing it on your shirt because we hear the click your mic. I think when you're talking, it's rubbing it on your.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. It's not. Chip, 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 chip.
Sorry.
That's great. Now, you're not one of the you're not involved in VT Heroes, are you? You're not involved in VT Heroes, are you?
No.
ADYA is actually the red VT hero. I'm the gray.
That's right. Okay.
ADYA is actually the VT hero. I'm the gray.
That's right. Okay.
Who's playing their thing loud? Because I hear it. Who's playing their thing loud?
Yeah, we have an echo.
We have an echo.
We have an echo.
We have the echo. We have an echo. We have the echo. William. William. So, does anybody out there want to ask any more questions? Does anybody out there want to ask any more questions?
I'm just gonna William. I'm gonna mute you until you speak because I think it might be. Yeah, it was coming from William. So, if you want to say something, just unmute yourself, William.
Just put your thumb up, William, and say, "Okay." William froze again. No, he didn't.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do we have any questions from the chat further for we just have a couple of pictures left that we want to put up, but if there are any questions from the chat, I do have one question, Eric. When will we? So you're saying we will not see any more content, any more audiovisual content from you guys until when?
Who told you that? Who told you that lie?
No, it's a question.
We gotta listen. Every week, you notice since we started, since we put out the film, every Wednesday, Thursday, we put out new content or giving something to the fans, the supporters of the Orville, of a Planetary Step. We've been showing like from cast to new stuff. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. Oh, you guys don't even know. But I don't like throwing everything out at one time, throwing all my cards on the table. We want to give a little bit at a time to show you the process or what it takes. This week was the introduction of the main cast. Next week is going to be the supporting cast. The weekend to follow after that is going to be something else. Plus, even though we didn't have it today, if you tune in next week, we're going to have something a little special for all those people who tuned in. We're going to give you all something a little special just for you guys. But for tonight,
awesome.
We are gonna send you this. I think I sent it to you earlier. But we're not gonna say it out loud. I'm gonna send you this, and you can show the audience. For those who haven't seen it yet, because we know sometimes the internet is funny. It likes to be funny sometimes. I'm sending you this, and you can show it to the audience. It's the first time ever. But we showed it a couple days ago, but some people haven't seen it yet. So when you post it, when you show it on here, I can explain real quick.
Okay. So just to be clear, Eric, you're going to be, I just got it. So you're going to be kind of constantly putting out little tidbits, right?
Content, stuff behind the scenes. Just
Awesome.
to show everyone like the process from uniforms to working on props to like leading up to when we film in our next when we're filming the vignette leading up to episode 2. And so right now we are in the midst of finishing up the script for the next vignette, which is going to introduce a more detailed for JT's character and for Jace's character, and it's going to show off more of the Eisenberg. So that I can tell you. So what I just sent you there, when you're ready to show to the public, they'll get a little more insight of what I just sent you.
Here we go. Okay. Looks awesome.
So this is the official seal for the USS Eisenberg that you will see sometime on the series, whether it's on the ship or another capacity. This was done by Jace from Jace Knockout Productions. This is the official union seal for the USS Eisenberg. So
awesome.
if you see the series for Orville, you'll notice they have in the ready room, they have the seal for the Planetary Union and they have the Orville. Well, this is our official seal for the Eisenberg.
Amazing. Awesome, Eric. Wow. That looks great. Now I got to ask you, everybody's been asking me this. Patches?
You said patches?
Patches?
There might be.
Might be.
We are thinking, I'm considering it, or even t-shirts even. But yeah, like, you know, again, I just rather get some made and send some out to the first group of fans, like maybe get 20 made and then give them away for free. Again, I do this stuff not to make money, but to show my love for the fandom. You know, again, why not? You know, I might get a couple t-shirts made and say, okay, limited t-shirts, get it while it's hot. You know, we're definitely going to do some giveaways of posters for the Planetary step, the first 2 posters. I'm going to just do some giveaways just because for the fans. So that's going to be coming up later once things are back to normal and we get back things on track and everything else. So yeah, I got a couple of things I want to give away to show my thank you to all the fans out there and everything else. Sorry, my pillow got off me. But yeah, definitely to show some love to the fans of all those people who are showing support.
I love this. This is great. This is it's beautiful. Awesome. Wow. So before we add any final comments, let me just put up the final picture because this one is amazing. And I want Eric to tell us all about it.
Yes, it is Spawn. This
was
done by Rebirth MXD with the cape being professionally. The cape was one of the last things my mom made me before she passed away. So the cape was done by my mother. She made it for me because she was a designer. And then it was re-enhanced by a good friend of mine, Shasha Shanks. I hope I'm always pronouncing her last name wrong. Stance, Shasha Stanks. Whatever. Shut up. Leave me alone. She always tries to mess with me. Her little voice in my head. But so basically, and the suit was done by Rebirth MXD. So yeah, that was a suit of labor of love. It was the suit I wore for my Spawn fan film choices, which was celebrating the 20th anniversary of HBO Spawn, which we did in New York City. Michael Jai White, Todd McFarlane, John Leguizamo. I mean, seriously, I got mad love for that. It was one of my top tier favorite cosplays.
That's amazing.
I haven't worn it in the last year, but I do plan on wearing it again because it's one of my favorite costumes. One of my favorite costumes.
ADYA, he doesn't walk around at night like this, right? With the glowing green eyes, does he?
Oh, I could.
You didn't try.
Oh, you've been asleep. That's all. You've been asleep. Yo. You heard that scream down, scream down around the corner? You think about it.
Eric doesn't have a shotgun at his house. He just puts this on in case burglars come in.
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, funny fact: when Eric moved into his neighborhood, crime went down dramatically. What happened?
I have no idea. What kids? There's no more kids in the neighborhood.
No, they ran.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, I want to just thank you guys because you guys have been so generous with your time, and whenever we interview, Eric's gang, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I don't know what to call it. Gang, crew,
the Planetary Stuff crew.
Any final thoughts from each of you guys?
What was that?
Any final thoughts from each of you? And I want to ask William first because he hasn't been able to speak too much.
Girl, I don't.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say thank you for having us. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, William.
Unbelievable.
Kelly, what about you? Any final thoughts?
Well, again, thank you for having us. I really appreciate it. And this has been great. I had an awesome time. Looking forward to seeing the cast in person and getting started on a production. It's just going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully we can put something out that everybody's going to enjoy.
And we will be showing you the process of Kelly's makeup process and everything. We will be showing some pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to take you guys through all that. We might even do a quick little mini doc for his makeup appliance and everything, how he does it.
Wow. And I want to, I want to tell you guys that you are actually creating a whole there. You're creating a lot of excitement. There's a lot of excitement about this, and I just want to know you guys are having an effect on the Orville community. Jamil, what about you? Any comments and final comments before we wrap up?
Yes, thank you again, like everybody's been saying before me, for having us. Kelly, I can't wait to meet you in person. It was nice to have all of us together visually.
It was good to meet everybody. I'm looking forward to it.
And I am really excited to be a female lead engineer. Thank you, Eric, for giving me that opportunity. And I am thankful for you, PJ, for having us on. And Orville Nation, thank you for being interested in seeing all of us. I'm really excited.
Yeah, we're excited. We're the ones who are excited. Magnus, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thanks, Eric, for casting us, and Kelly, looking forward to seeing you in person. As far as fandoms, could we maybe Eric Steppers? Would that be an appropriate Planetary Steppers?
Dancing group of the 80s, man. All of a sudden, I need a big boombox to be like, "What a Planetary Steppers."
I forgot to ask the four of you before getting to Magnus. Do any of you guys have channels you want to promote or anything you want to plug?
Oh shoot!
Is there anything you guys want to? No?
All right.
Hey, I know you got stuff.
So if you guys are interested in cosplay charity groups, we have the Philly Avengers on Instagram and the Philadelphia Avengers on Facebook. My solo endeavors are Lady J Cosplay, and I'm actually starting a Power Ranger Comic-Con in the Philadelphia area, and that's Power Ranger Station. You can find that on Facebook.
Oh, you got to pull your mic up.
Sorry. You can find it on Facebook or Instagram. I was saying Ranger Station. The first all Power Ranger Con in the Philadelphia area. And I guess I'm done plugging.
Are you on a rocking chair? Just curious. Are you on a rocking chair?
Is that better?
Yeah, because you were like doing this and you were like, chip, 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 chip. And I'm like, you must be on a rocket here.
Wait on the stand. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And
that's why it's chirping. Because I was like, why is it like beep, 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 and the whole camera.
Wait, my scientist, my engineering skills failed me today.
And just in case you didn't know, it was Ranger Station, the new Philadelphia-based Power Ranger organization.
Yes, thank you, Agnes.
And ADYA, is there anything you want to share with us before we wrap up?
Well, thank you again, like everybody else has said, for having us on here. It was really exciting, and I don't get a chance too much, but more often we'll be doing a few things more together. And on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook under ADYA Cosplay, and on Instagram as ADYA Cosplay or ADYA Cos, and on Twitter as ADYA Cosplay. So I'm on all three of those platforms. So check it out.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. And it was great to meet you finally, ADYA. Eric, I will let you wrap up the show, please.
Okay. Well, first off, I want to thank everyone who tuned in and bared with us throughout the storm of this tonight. Make sure you tune in to part 1. If you did not see the first part of the interview when we had ELLIE and PJ and everyone that came on in the beginning, check out part 1 and then go to part 2. We want to thank everyone that came on, showed their love and support. Any links that they all posted, please go support, subscribe to their channels. Thank you to the Orville community, the fan community, to showing their love to us. I want to thank this amazing, talented group of people who took the time out of their schedules tonight to come on to appear and all. And again, I just want to thank everyone out there. We got so much more material, so much more to share with you all. The other thing is, like I said again, for me, subscribe, pass the word, subscribe to the Smoke 007. That's on my YouTube channel. Subscribe, help get the word out, pass the video around. It's not a teaser trailer. It is a pilot teaser for the upcoming series, A Planetary Step. I'm also, if you want to see more of my cosplays, I'm on Instagram under the Smoke 007. I'm on Twitter at the Smoke or the Smoke 000. That's 000. There I will be doing updates on Orville, anything related to the Orville, from posters to art concepts and everything. As you can see here from a distance, it's one of the scripts I'm working on, character, and also my Orville book and everything else, because again, the world of Orville, you got to make sure you're staying true and everything else. I'm making sure that I'm staying true, showing my love for this show. Thank you to Seth MacFarlane, the cast, and the crew of the Orville, because without you guys, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. We would just have all the other shows, but not have the Orville as something fresh and new to talk about and to show our love. And one more thing, please, 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 everyone, be encouraged to also do more Orville fan films. We need more Orville fan films. Thank you to everyone else. Coming next week, hopefully, Orville Nation, we are going to introduce the supporting cast of A Planetary Step. So,
great group.
And we will announce the date for that. Yeah.
Yes, God willing. So but thank you all again, and thank you, PJ. You of all people, thank you so much for having us, showing your love, and showing so much support to A Planetary Step. We got to have to get you on the show as well, in some capacity, whether it's a cameo or something. We're going to get you in the series.
I'm okay. I'm okay watching. But I appreciate that.
I'm not going to take it. We have to do an archive episode where we're like, look, it's an archive. Wait, there's this gentleman here. His name is PJ. Wait, we found this old computer. And wait. We made a 3D hologram of his show. We had this podcast show. So there you go. See, I already came up with an idea.
I think we should also point out, and Eric had thank Seth MacFarlane and the production staff. I do want to point out, and just to highlight this, that they are permitting the fans, Seth and Tom Costantino and the studio are permitting fans to do fan films basically without restrictions. And we all know what's been coming the last few years with restrictions as far as fan films. And I think that Seth has hit the nail on the head, and he's doing the right thing. And we thank you, Seth, for that.
We really do.
Absolutely.
Really do. Which is very, very much
Absolutely.
inspiration for all of us to be creative.
And one more thing.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Ellie, for being on with us too. Mwah.
Thank you, Ellie. Yes, thank you. Okay, guys. Well, we will have Eric back next week, and stay tuned, everybody, for the date and time of Eric's next presentation for the Planetary Step fan film series next week. Thank you, all of you, and thanks to there he is. Thanks to Kelly. We lost you for a second.
Kelly, where you go? I was going to talk, and I was like, oh, Kelly's like, God, Kelly left us. I was like, dang, you just jumped the ship. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I thought I got dumped because the screen went dark. So I went, uh-oh. They didn't like my looks.
Ellie, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Ellie.
Ellie, you rock. Ellie, you so rock.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie, for that expression of love. You didn't have to do that, my friend, but thank you so much. We do not have something to plug for Ellie yet, but we will very, very soon, and that is big news in itself, guys. So stay tuned for the next few times that Ellie will be on. So thank you, everybody. Ellie, DJ Odyssey, Steph, who else is in here? Alaric, Peggy. So many people have been in here tonight, guys. Thank you all, Captain Robert, everybody who's been here, Dave G Sound, Jet Screamer, Adega, Tommy, Captain Robert, everybody who's been in here, Mando. Thank you to all. Thank you, Ellie, again. Thank you, Eric, the cast and crew of A Planetary
Thank
Step.
you.
Yes.
And thank you, everybody else. And it was great to meet you all and finally get a chance to chat. It's been great.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.